We're joined by Ben Shalom, the promoter, of course, of the card on Saturday night. Happy about the week's events?
Oh, it's such a good card, and seeing them all weigh in on weight, how hungry they are. Every fight's got something, even all the way down to Francesca Hennessy's fight, which is a hell of a fight. You've got the Aziz Edmondson clash, Azima Ohara Davis obviously top of the bill, McKinson and Mbenge, which is a phenomenal fight. Anthony Yard returning obviously creates a lot of talking points. It's just a fantastic show, and yeah, really looking forward to it, because I think you sit back in the British side of things. We've not had a show since August the 3rd. It's good to see everyone. It's good to see the fighter managers. There's nothing quite like it, British boxing, and when you get it right and you get this many good fights on a card, it's special.
Seems to be the trend at the moment, doesn't it? Like 50-50 fights through the card and whatnot. That seems to be it. And
Should be the trend.
Absolutely, but the fascinating thing about this one, Adam Azim versus Ohara Davis, is Ohara obviously proven at that level, only lost to the elite. A calculated gamble from you and the team, who have invested a lot in Adam Azim, and you know, big things expected from him. And he's a potential banana skin on Saturday.
It is a gamble, but this is where stars are made. This is where stars are born. And he's done so well to get to this moment. He's still 22 years old. It's still early on in his career. I do think about all the pressure that he's under, but he's a phenomenal talent. And as a phenomenal talent, you're going to come up against big tests early on in your career. Ohara Davis is a hell of a fighter. I've enjoyed watching him for many, many years. To see him go in the ring with Adam Azim is something I never thought I'd see, but it's a great, great fight.
It's weird because we had him up here just now and he's saying, because I said, don't you want to knock him out and prove something to everyone, that they're taking you as not the fall guy, but it's a real challenge, it's a 50-50. He said, no, I don't really want to hurt him, but he's joking with us. He's teasing us because he wants nothing more than to stop Adam Azim.
He doesn't want the pressure. There is a lot of pressure on him in this fight, and he's experienced enough to take it off him. Yeah. He didn't come to the workout yesterday because he's preparing to make weight today. The mind games are in full flow, and we said to Adam Azim after the press conference, because he's experiencing this sort of level of fight for the first time, do not fall into any sense of security. Ohara Davis knows exactly what he's doing. We know he's had a great camp. He looked phenomenal on the scales. He is in a real mindset on Saturday night because he knows a lot depends on it.
Listen, really looking forward to Anthony Yard boxing on the card as well against Falcons, 17-1. Good opponent he's got there, but expecting Yard to do the business then. I mean, come on, give us a little insight here, mate. Anthony Yard, what's going on? Joshua Buatsi, the fight we all wanted to see. Are we any closer to that?
Buatsi will be there on Saturday night. He's made it very clear to me, Josh, that's the fight he wants. He's not going to be fighting Better or Bivol next. There's nothing else. And he'll be there on Saturday because he's been calling for this fight for over a year. He's just delighted. He's about to see Anthony Yard in the ring with no obstacles, with no hurdles to get through. This is a big moment for them both. They've been synonymous with each other for so many years. They've been compared. They've split camps. They've split the city of London in many ways. Now we might be able to see it. Anthony Yard has to do the business on Saturday night. It is a banana skin, as we saw Ralph saying there. I think a lot's been said about the opponent. He's coming off a great knockout win. But Anthony Yard should do the business, has to do the business, and has to make a statement.
And a little bit of housekeeping. We had Frank Warren on talkSPORT earlier, very unhappy about comments about Fabio Wardley's gloves. Obviously, that's his fighter. Your fighter, Fraser Clark, suffered 3 fractures in the jaw on Saturday night. We're all very happy that he's well, and now he wants to come back, as you told us, in the early new year. I think he should take his time. How do you address the comments about the gloves? We've checked with the board. The checks were done on the gloves. They were certified. They were on brand. Certain brands are allowed by the board. Robert Smith told me earlier and told Spencer.
The inspectors were in place. They watched over the gloves being put on.
You weren't at the rules meeting, you said, but I know your John Wishoes and your chief was there. What's your issue with the gloves, if you have any?
First of all, I'm the promoter. When I have questions from the team, when I have questions from the doctor, it's my job to pass them on. I'm not the regulator. They'll make that decision. It was no excuse for the loss, no excuse for the fight, nothing to take away from Fabio Wardley. I think it was done in an interview with a sponsor as a passing comment that we have passed on questions. That's it. We're not the regulator. And
was that to Neil Scott, the chief medical officer, was it? Or
there's been comments made by members of the team and members of a medical team that I have to pass on. We're not accusing of any wrongdoing whatsoever.
That's good to know. Yeah,
absolutely.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So Adam Azim, where do you take him on Saturday night if he wins?
Listen, the sky is the limit. It really is. I mean,
what a division it is.
It's such a good division. He's at such a good age. He's got the world ahead of him. it's such a big night on Saturday night, I can't tell you. This is the birth of a superstar. If he can come through in fashion against Ohara Davis, it is a big if, but if he can, the star is born, and I've seen him grow from 18 years old. I've seen him through every single fight. I've seen him develop. I've seen him develop as a man. I've seen him develop in the
Very
ring.
satisfying as a promoter, yeah?
It's the most
journey.
most satisfying thing, because a lot of the fighters that I started with, we were all the underdogs. We were all the fighters that didn't have contracts. We were the promoters. We picked up a lot of fighters that weren't wanted by other promoters. The talent that we've got here with Adam Azim has to be celebrated. Shane McGuigan tells me every single day about how good Adam Azim is, how well he's improving, how much he's coming on. The champions that Shane has had, for him to say Adam is the best one of the lot, he doesn't say that lightly, and he has to come through Saturday night. There's a lot of pressure on him, but that division and what's that, he should
Domestically and internationally.
He should be able to do huge things in the 140 division and then huge things in the welterweight division, and it's an exciting time for him, but it's a big moment in his career on Saturday night.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.